Here we have a student from Ashoka University who would be explaining us astronomy as an undergraduate program. Do you think it's possible to learn astronomy?
Yeah, definitely. It's a tricky thing to navigate as someone who's designing an astronomy program for undergraduates, especially in a place like Ashoka where we have this interdisciplinary education going on. You can major in something and minor in something else. So we have CS people who want to study astronomy. There are a lot of people who come from math backgrounds who want to do astronomy. There are people from chemistry backgrounds who find astronomy interesting. So it's tricky, but the right programs can definitely be done. Yeah.
Okay. And have you been pursuing astronomy as a major, minor? Have you taken courses, projects? What has been your interaction with astronomy?
Yeah. So I am mostly interested in computational astrophysics. Those have been the general theme of all the research projects which I've done in the past. Currently, I'm doing my thesis on neutron stars, again from a computational aspect. And one of the reasons why I enjoy astronomy projects so much is precisely because they bring in so many different domains of physics together.
Yes.
For example, neutron star physics lies on the intersection of gravitational physics, quantum electrodynamics. You need to know a lot of condensed matter theory, high energy physics, and things like that.
But then you're mentioning so many facets or so many physics like big fields.
Yeah.
How can an undergraduate student get a hang of it?
Yeah. So another nice thing about astronomy is that a lot of the problems that we solve are in the form of modeling things theoretically, at least in theoretical astrophysics. And the way these modeling processes start is first you try to solve the zeroth order approximation of it. For example, anyone who knows anything about differential calculus or multivariable calculus, they can start thinking about things like hydrostatic equilibrium of stars and planets. They can start solving the equations if they know how to solve these differential equations.
Yeah. So the best way, I think, rather than learning courses about everything, is to take up projects.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How many projects should be taken for a person to be confident in, let's say, one domain of astronomy, let's say just computation?
I'm not sure. Like I've been doing computational astrophysics throughout my undergrad degree for sure. It's been like three and a half, 4 years. And there are aspects of it which I'm comfortable with, but then there's just so much more to explore. So I don't think you can have a certain number of projects. But what you can do is you can have deeper and deeper knowledge about one thing while also broadening your scope of how many things you know.
Okay.
I think the right thing to do is to expose yourself to what is happening in these domains, even if you don't know exactly what's happening. So, like, for example, there are these Monte Carlo simulations of what happens inside stellar structures, which I don't know exactly how I would perform one, but I know there are things which are happening along these lines. So
I see.
Yeah,
So final question. Mentoring is quite important in astronomy. A person just can't go and look up books and research papers. So do you think mentoring can be done by students themselves, senior students or things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like this is one of the, senior students for sure. It's in fact the culture in academia. For example, if you're a master's student, you often tend to, if there's a larger group, you tend to work with PhD students, tend to work with postdocs who teach you things along the way. And that is a system which can definitely be scaled down to undergrads as well. Like in my university, we have a physics society, and we often tell other people about the projects that we've done.
Okay.
And then when students get interested in something which we've already done, they sort of work on their extensions. So it's all informal, but we get to know a lot about what other people are involved in.
Yes, and final thing, a bit of information is you can write to the HOD and course coordinator, and both of them would consider B.Techs from other universities or a high school student if a minor. How does the minor degree work and things like that?
Yeah, so the minor happens in conjunction with their major track of an undergraduate degree. So for example, you might be a bachelor student in say physics, which was the case with me. Then you have to do a certain number of courses to finish a physics major, but then you're also left with more space. So you can either specialize in something else, or you can take an astronomy minor to sort of complement your physics courses. So the minor is for undergraduate students who are studying in Ashoka. So if you're a high school student, do consider applying.
Yes.
Also, people who've already finished their undergraduate, we also have PhD programs, so the advertisements go up fairly regularly. And we have a growing community of astrophysicists at Ashoka, so you can definitely reach out.
Thanks for answering these questions, Kartik, and thank you.